Welcome to Arjun Author.
Hello and welcome to the Arjun Author YouTube channel. You are watching Putin's Bangladesh video. Today is 5th of March 2022. I'm going to talk about the Russia-Ukraine conflict in this video. According to me, there are three primary reasons for the Russia-Ukraine conflict that's going on as we speak. Those reasons are number one, loss of gas transit revenues for Ukraine. Number two, Ukraine's intention to join NATO. And number three, atrocities on ethnic Russian people in eastern Ukraine. So let me talk about the first point. The first point is loss of gas transit revenues for Ukraine. For a long time, Russia used to transport or sell its natural gas to its customers in Europe via the country of Ukraine. Ukraine used to have pipelines through which Russian gas used to pass to Germany and other countries in Europe. And for that, Ukraine used to collect transit fees from Russia, which Russia used to pay. Now, sometime back in the past 5 to 10 years, Russia came out with an undersea pipeline called Nord Stream 1 that transported some of that Russian gas to Germany directly, bypassing Ukraine. So, with the online of Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline, Ukraine lost some of its gas transit fees. Of course, Ukraine may not be happy about that, but moreover, what's going to happen or may happen is that when the other part of the Nord Stream pipeline comes online, which is the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, then Ukraine may suffer a significant erosion to its transit revenue. Now, if that happens, then the transit revenue for Ukraine is going to diminish significantly. Not just the transit revenue, but Ukraine may also lose its strategic importance to Russia. Russia may no longer need Ukraine. Russia may no longer need to uh, be wary of Ukraine because its gas is passing through Ukraine. So, by way of Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, Russia has completely bypassed Ukraine financially and politically. And Ukraine may not be happy about it because Ukraine also sees this as a loss of security because Russia doesn't need Ukraine anymore if they lose if they bring online the Nord Stream gas 2 pipeline. Okay, so now let me talk about the second point. Second point is Ukraine's intention of joining NATO. Now, for some, it may be obvious that if Ukraine is losing its strategic importance in the eyes of Russia, then it's going to go somewhere else to seek that guarantee that it needs for security. And that's what it probably intends to do. It intends to go to NATO and say, make us part of NATO. If you make us part of NATO, then our security is guaranteed by NATO. Russia may no longer need us because of the undersea pipelines, gas pipelines. But if we are part of NATO, then NATO is going to protect us if Russia decides to, take any further action on us. Now, Russia doesn't like that, of course, because if Ukraine becomes part of NATO, then NATO forces are going to be sitting on the border of Russia. The buffer that used to be there between Russia and rest of NATO or rest of Europe, if I may say, was Ukraine. With Ukraine part of NATO, that buffer is gone. NATO missiles could be sitting right on Russian border, and Russia doesn't feel comfortable with that. Now let me come to the third point. The third point is atrocities on the ethnic Russian people in eastern part of Ukraine. And that is where the title of this video comes from. The title of this video once again is Putin's Bangladesh. So let me also take you the viewers back to early part of 1970s. when a country called Bangladesh was liberated by India. What was the reason for India liberating Bangladesh? It was the atrocities committed by Pakistan on the Bengali speaking people of East Pakistan, which is now known as Bangladesh, both Hindus and Muslims. Now, with the atrocities being committed on Bengali speaking Hindus and Muslims of East Pakistan, most of those people actually ran away from East Pakistan and they started flooding parts of India. And India could no longer accept that because that burden of refugees was becoming very heavy on India. So ultimately, what India decided was that we have to stop this. This must be stopped. And that is when East Pakistan was liberated and a new country called Bangladesh was created. That is how Bangladesh was created. Bangladesh was created to liberate Bengali speaking Hindus and Muslims from the atrocities of Pakistani military. Now, a similar situation may be playing out in eastern part of Ukraine. If ethnic Russian people are suffering atrocities at the hands of Ukrainian military, then where will they go? Of course, they will go to Russia because Russia is the neighboring country. And how long will Russia put up with this? How long it can absorb refugees? And that is where the recognition of two republics comes into picture. Very recently, Russia recognized two states as independent republics from the eastern part of Ukraine, the Donbas region. By recognizing these two republics as independent countries, Putin created his own two Bangladeshes. Those two countries are no longer under Ukraine's rule. They are free to govern themselves. That is where the title of this video is from, that Putin created his own two Bangladeshes. In the end, I summarize the 3 points that I discussed in this video as: number one, the loss of gas transit revenue for Ukraine. Number two, Ukraine's intention of joining NATO. And number three, Putin's creation of two independent countries, similar to the way India had created Bangladesh in 1971. Please feel free to like and share this video and subscribe to the Arjun Author YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.